Well, hello. Today we are going to talk about perimeter and how to measure perimeter. And we'll start, well, let me first write the word perimeter. And one way to remember what perimeter is to look at the root of the word para, which comes originally from Greek and basically means around or surrounding. And that might help you remember what we mean when we are measuring perimeter, because what we are doing is we are measuring the length of the sides of a shape or the distance around. And that really is what perimeter is. And so perimeter is a fairly straightforward concept in geometry. Basically, all we are going to do and all the information we need is we need to know the length of each side, and then we're going to add those sides together, and that gives you the perimeter, which is the distance around a shape in geometry. So here you see I kind of highlighted the sides of this rectangle. And what we know about this rectangle, let me actually remove my highlights here. What we know about this rectangle is that one side, oh, you know what? I should put a measurement. Let's just say it's feet. So FT means feet, which is a measurement. And you can think of it, we know, let me just go into that a little bit. IN stands for inches. YD stands for yards. Meters, M stands for meter. KM stands for kilometer. What am I missing? MI stands for miles, and so on. And later on, we're actually going to learn how to convert distances and measurements. But right now, we are just focusing on perimeter. And so here, we've got 2 feet on that side and 5 feet on this side. Can we measure the perimeter if we only have the measurements of 2 sides? Well, in this case, we can, because we're dealing with a rectangle. And what do we know about a rectangle? Well, a rectangle is a quadrilateral where 2 sides are the same length, which means that if this is 2 feet, then this side is also 2 feet. And in a rectangle, the side that connects to that shorter side is also the same as the side across. So you basically have 2 sides that are the same length and parallel, and the other 2 sides which are the same length and parallel. And so we know, because of this, we know that this side is 5 feet. And guess what? Now, with all of that information, we can find out perimeter. And all we need to do is take all these sides and add them up together. And that's it. So let's do it. Well, we've got 2 feet plus 5 feet. Oh, oopsie daisies. Plus 5 feet here, plus 2 feet here, plus 5 feet here. I can't write today. And now we're going to add all of these up. Well, let's see. 5 plus 5 is 10. 2 plus 2 is 4. And that is going to give me 14 feet. So now I know that the perimeter of this rectangle that I've covered up here is 14 feet. And now let's explore perimeter with other shapes. Let's look at this rectangle and this square right here. And I'm just going to make up some measurements this time. Let's just do pretend inches. Let's start with this triangle. Let's pretend. Now this looks like what you will later find out, I think this is an isosceles triangle. You don't need to remember that, but I am going to say that this is 3 inches and this side is 3 inches, and let's just pretend this side is 2 inches. And so what are we going to do? Well, we just add it all up. 3 plus 3 plus 2 equals 6, 7, 8 inches. And remember that we should write down the measurement, and because we're dealing with inches here. So it's pretty straightforward, right? And now, taking a look at our square here, now a square is really, really interesting because all the sides are the same length. So let's pretend that the only information I have about this square is that, let's pretend it is 6 meters, okay? Now let's pretend that's the only information I have, but I know that it's a square. Well, since I know it's a square, that is going to mean that the other sides are all also 6 meters because all the sides are the same. And now I can do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is the same as 6 times 4, which is 24 meters. And that's really all there is to it. And you can really take any shape here. We've got what is this, a pentagon. A pentagon, if you recall, has 5 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have this pentagon, and we'll do this one real quick. Let's pretend each side, let's say, is 5 inches. 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches. Now here we notice that all the sides are the same length, but that's not always the case. But here I can do 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 5 sides, and that gives me 25 inches for the perimeter. And that really is all there is to it. And then let's say you're dealing with, I'm not good at drawing shapes, but let's pretend, oh, that's really a bad one. Let's pretend you're dealing with a shape of many sides. You really do the same thing. You're just going to add, I'm just making these so random here. You just add them all together, and that's a terrible drawing. It probably was not helpful, but I think you get the idea. All we're really doing is adding up the sides. Okay, till next time, mathematicians.